In February 2024, Klarna announced that their AI chatbot had done the work of 700 customer service agents in just 30 days. Headlines everywhere declared this the beginning of the end for human workers. The future had arrived, and it was automated. 14 months later, Klarna started hiring humans again. The CEO admitted publicly that they had cut too far, that the quality had collapsed, that customers were getting confident but wrong answers about their money. And in fintech, wrong answers about money are not a customer satisfaction problem, they are a compliance crisis. But here is what almost nobody reported. Those 700 agents were never fired. That number, the one that launched 1,000 think pieces about AI replacing workers, it was a projection. A hypothetical. And the real story of what happened at Klarna is far more important than the myth. Welcome back to Zero Index. Before I get into what actually happened, I need to tell you what most people still believe because it shapes everything about how we are talking about AI and jobs right now. The story went like this. Klarna, the Swedish buy now pay later giant, deployed an AI assistant built with OpenAI. Within 1 month, it handled 2.3 million customer conversations. Klarna said this was equivalent to 700 full-time agents. Media outlets ran with the framing. AI replaces 700 workers. The robot apocalypse is here. And I get why the story spread. It is clean. It is scary. It confirms what people already fear about where technology is heading. But the 700 number was never about people losing their jobs. It was about people Klarna did not have to hire. They avoided adding headcount during a growth phase. That is a meaningful distinction, and I will come back to why that distinction matters more than you might think. What actually happened at the company level is different. Klarna reduced its workforce from about 5,500 employees to roughly 3,400 over the course of a couple years. Not through mass layoffs, but through attrition and a hiring freeze. People left, and Klarna did not replace them. The AI was part of that strategy, but it was not the only part, and it certainly was not a clean swap of robot for human. Now here is what the AI actually did, because this part is real and it is impressive. The chatbot was not some generic customer service bot reading from a script. It was deeply integrated into Klarna's systems. When you opened a chat, the AI already knew your purchase history, your payment status, your account details. It had authenticated context before you typed a single word. That is why resolution times dropped from 11 minutes to under 2 minutes. That is why repeat inquiries fell by 25%. The AI was not pretending to help, it actually had the information it needed to solve problems. Klarna projected this would drive $40 million in profit improvement for 2024. The cost per customer service transaction dropped 40% over 2 years, from 32 cents down to 19 cents. By any operational metric, this was a success story. And then it stopped being one. I want to be precise about this because most people miss it. The Klarna AI did not fail in the way you might expect. It did not crash. It did not refuse to answer questions. It did not start hallucinating completely fabricated nonsense. What it did was worse, in a way. It gave confident wrong answers about things that matter. Payment terms. Late fees. Policy details. The exact things customers need to understand when they are making financial decisions. And the AI would deliver these incorrect answers with complete certainty, the way large language models do. No hedging. No disclaimer. Just plausible-sounding information that happened to be wrong. In most industries, a chatbot giving a wrong answer means an annoyed customer. In fintech, it means potential compliance violations. It means customers making financial decisions based on bad information. It means legal exposure. And this is where the pattern starts to emerge, because Klarna is not alone in discovering this problem. The gap between handling routine questions and handling complex ones turns out to be enormous. High volume, simple queries, AI handles those brilliantly. The customer wants to know when their package will arrive. The customer wants to change their payment date. These are lookup problems, and AI is built for lookup problems. But the moment a situation gets complicated, the moment there is ambiguity, the moment human judgment is required to weigh competing factors, the AI starts to struggle. And it struggles invisibly, because it keeps sounding confident. By May 2025, Klarna CEO Sebastian Siemiatkowski made a public admission that you almost never hear from tech executives. He said they had cut too far. His exact words were that when you cut human support that aggressively, what you end up having is lower quality. He announced they were reopening hiring for what he called premium and complex case roles. He committed to building what he described as an Uber-type model, where a customer can always reach a human if they want one. And this is where it gets strange. Most coverage of the Klarna story frames it as a binary. Either AI works and replaces humans, or AI fails and we go back to the old way. Tech utopia versus tech backlash. Pick your side. But that is not what actually happened. And understanding what actually happened changes everything about how you should think about AI and work. Klarna did not fire their AI. After all the headlines about the reversal, after the CEO admitted they cut too far, the AI assistant is still there. Still on the front line. Still handling the work equivalent of 853 agents. That number actually went up from the original 700 figure. What changed is that Klarna added humans back on top of the AI layer. Not replacing it. Augmenting it. The AI handles the high-volume tier, the routine questions, the simple lookups. Humans handle the value tier, the complicated cases, the situations where being wrong has consequences. This is not a failure of AI. This is the discovery of where AI actually fits. I tracked down the operational numbers because I wanted to see if this hybrid model was actually working or if it was just corporate spin. The 40% cost reduction held. Customer service costs per transaction stayed at 19 cents even after bringing humans back. Because the AI is still doing the bulk of the work, just not all of it. And here is the part that should make you think differently about everything you are hearing about AI replacing workers. The value of a human is not in answering easy questions. Anyone could see that AI would eventually handle the easy stuff. The value of a human is in judgment under ambiguity. It is in knowing when the standard answer does not apply. It is in recognizing when a customer situation is unusual enough that the normal policy should not be enforced. Klarna learned this the expensive way. But they learned it. I will be honest, I did not see this story ending where it ended. When the 700 agent headline dropped in early 2024, I expected one of two outcomes. Either Klarna would prove that customer service workers were about to be automated out of existence, or the AI would fail spectacularly and become a cautionary tale. Neither happened. Instead, we got something more interesting and more useful. A major company ran the experiment at scale, discovered the actual boundaries of what AI can and cannot do, and landed on a hybrid model that kept the efficiency gains while adding back the human judgment the AI could not replicate. The lesson is not that AI is overhyped. Klarna genuinely cut costs by 40% and is still running their AI assistant handling millions of conversations. The technology works. The lesson is also not that human workers are safe. Klarna went from 5,500 employees to 3,400. Those jobs are not coming back. The efficiency gains are real, and companies are going to capture them. The actual lesson is this: the question is not whether AI will take your job. The question is whether your job is mostly routine queries or mostly judgment under ambiguity. Because those two categories have completely different futures. If your work is primarily lookup problems, pattern matching, applying standard rules to standard situations, that work is getting automated. Not in 10 years. Now. The 19 cents per transaction number is real. But if your work involves the cases where the standard answer does not apply, where there is ambiguity, where someone needs to make a call, that work is about to get more valuable. Klarna is hiring for premium and complex case roles specifically because they learned they cannot automate their way around human judgment. The hybrid model is not a temporary compromise. It is the destination. So here is what I want you to sit with. If Klarna, with all their resources, with direct partnership with OpenAI, with deep system integration and authenticated customer data, if they still needed to bring humans back for the hard cases after 18 months of aggressive automation, what does that tell you about the companies claiming AI is about to replace everyone? It tells me we are in a hype cycle where the success stories are getting the headlines and the course corrections are getting buried. Klarna making humans available again got maybe 10% of the coverage that the original 700 agent story got. The reversal is just not as compelling a narrative. But the reversal is where the truth lives. AI is extraordinary at some things and quietly terrible at others. The companies deploying it are learning this in real time. And the workers who understand where they fall on that spectrum are going to make very different decisions than the workers who are either panicking or ignoring the whole thing. Your move over the next year is not to fear AI or dismiss it. It is to get precise about what parts of your work involve judgment under ambiguity, and to get much better at those parts. That is where the value is migrating. If this is the kind of analysis that helps you think about where things are actually heading, subscribe. I will see you in the next one.